Welcome back. This is ENCA Lunchtime. Harry Gwala District Mayor Mluleki Ndobe has appeared in the Umzimkhulu Magistrate's Court. He and three co-accused are implicated in the killing of former ANC Youth League Secretary General Sindiso Magaqa. The state is charging all four suspects with murder. Let me take you live now to the province. ENCA's Samkele Maseko is following that story. So the case, you'll tell us, Samkele, has been postponed now until Monday.
Yes, indeed, Jeremy. This case was the first appearance of Mluleki Ndobe and his three other co-accused who were here today. We still understand that there was one missing, which was accused number 5. He has not yet been apprehended. The state basically saying that they were ready for the bail application, but those who are accused are not yet ready, and there are still some who have not yet been apprehended, and there may be further arrests, 1 or 2, until the bail hearing, which will take place on Monday. But not to waste further time here, Jeremy, I'm going to speak to Nomakuku Simelani, the ANC provincial spokesperson on this matter. Sis Nomakuku, a PwC member, a PC member, has now formally been charged with murder and 2 counts of attempted murder. What's the ANC's response? There is a formal charge sheet now. It's no more just rumor mongering. What's your response? What's the way forward?
No, thank you very much. Look, as the ANC, and I think we indicated this yesterday, we were quite shocked when we heard of the arrest, and we are quite embarrassed to find ourselves in this situation, particularly because Comrade Ndobe is one very senior leader in the organization, and he also led in the Youth League, so he's got serious history in the movement. It's one thing for ANC members to be associated with a crime, but it's worse if it's a murder charge. That is really worrying. Having said that, we also understand that one is innocent until proven guilty according to the jurisprudence of the country, and we call on everyone to remember that. Look, as the ANC, our responsibility is always to stand with the victim, and that is what we do in all the cases, including this one. The leadership of the African National Congress, now that Comrade Ndobe has been officially charged with murder and 2 counts of murder, is going to have a discussion. Remember, we don't have a protocol on what happens when a senior leader is charged like this. We've not been faced with a situation like this previously. The constitution of the ANC at this point is not giving us a guidance, because the constitution says you cease to be a member of the African National Congress the moment you've been found guilty of a particular crime. So we are going to have a discussion as the PEC and provide guidance.
When are you having that discussion? I hear the ANC constitution. Mike Mabuyakhulu was charged. He's facing his own charges of fraud and corruption and money laundering. There's a charge that's there. Are you not practicing double standards on this part? I may not be privy to your PwC and top 5 discussions in the province, but in my little understanding, he recused himself from the list due to the charges that he was facing. Should Ndobe not do the same? Put aside your own discussion. How does that speak to the integrity of your own member who now is charged with murder and 2 counts of attempted murder?
Yeah. If you attended our press briefing last week, you would have realized and you would have heard that Comrade Mabuyakhulu decided on his own to withdraw from the list. There was never a discussion between the leadership of the ANC and himself. So Comrade Ndobe, if he decides to choose to withdraw, then the leadership will engage and accept that. But as matters stand, it's going to have to be the leadership of the province sitting and having a meeting soon and providing a principled decision. Because remember, a decision of the ANC henceforth is not going just to be a Ndobe decision, but it will be a principled decision that will apply across no matter who is being charged or who is facing such charges.
When are you having that discussion? This is no child's play. It's no minor case. This is a charge of attempted murder and murder, a very serious case. A man is 6 feet under as we speak. Children have lost their father. A mother has lost a breadwinner in the form of a son in her home. Not to cast any aspersions and saying Ndobe is guilty or not guilty, but it's a serious case and affects your organization going towards a crucial election on the 8th of May. It's no serious, it's no child's play.
It is a very serious case, but it's also serious that you must not assume that he is guilty, because once the media itself take a posture that he's already guilty, then we've lost it. We must allow the courts to do their work. We must allow that process to continue. The leadership of the ANC is going to meet urgently and very soon. I'm unable to give you a date as matters stand, but we are not going to wait for the ordinary PEC meeting. There is going to be engagement, and as soon as we have decided, you will know.
Would you want to have someone who's charged with murder going to a crucial election in your province-to-province list? A person charged with murder and 2 counts of murder. Would you want that kind of person on your list?
Like I said, the leadership of the African National Congress take decisions. Once that, by the way, let's not deal with the matter of the list, because that list is a process that is still far from us. When the leadership of the African National Congress decides now and engages on a discussion, it will be discussing on what is currently on the table, on what is going to happen with a mayor that is being charged, what must happen with councillors of the ANC that are in court as we speak, have not been given bail. I think we have 2 of those. So that is what we are going to be talking to. How does that affect service delivery? And the leadership will then have to come up with a date. Allow us space to engage. Don't try to influence us, because whatever decision we make, it must be a decision that is principled, and it must be a decision that is informed by facts.
Even though there's someone who's tainted on your list, you still want to keep that person on your list?
Like I said, allow the leadership of the ANC to discuss and engage on principle. Remember, the leadership does not decide on individuals. The leadership takes a decision that is principled. You see, we can't have an Ndobe decision. We must have an ANC decision that applies in a particular circumstance that will cover all other circumstances that are similar.
Yet a man who had not yet been charged with any form of corruption was removed as the head of state without any charges as yet, and subsequently had lost an ANC conference. He was removed. There are others who are facing charges, and some who are not even facing charges. You go to Limpopo, Florence Radzilani has no case against her, even though she was implicated in the VBS saga. Denim Caesar has had no case against him. It seems as if we are applying different principles. In some provinces and in other provinces, other principles apply. Does that not speak to inconsistency within your ranks?
I'm glad that you are raising the Limpopo scenario. The Limpopo scenario, the officials of the PEC Limpopo met, discussed the matter. They took the matter to the PwC of Limpopo. They took the matter to the Provincial Executive Committee of Limpopo. Allow us to do the same.
It seems as if you'll be doing the same. Ever so eloquent. Thank you, Nomakoku Simelani. She was not budging on her points there, but I'm just going to ask my colleague Neil Rath to... It seems as if that bite is not ready as yet. We had spoken to Mluleki Ndobe's legal representatives, was basically saying that Ndobe will be pleading not guilty to these counts of charges that he is currently facing, 2 counts of attempted murder and 1 count of murder. Ndobe will be pleading not guilty to that, and the state will be opposing his bail application along with his 4 co-accused on Monday.
All right, Samkeli Maseku, thank you very much.